I slam for the children who walk in the darkness, no matter how bright the sun. For the men who face towering oppressors and never think once to run.
I slam.
I slam for women who know too much about the evils of the men who we're supposed to protect. For orphan boys and girls who know nothing except the bottomless pit of neglect.
I slam.
I slam. I slam for the playgrounds that have been empty of the sounds of jump rope melodies for far too long. And for the next 12-year-old black kid who sells drugs because he thinks that's the only place he belongs.
I slam.
I slam. I slam for the little girl in a Palestine ghetto whose hunger pains keep her from sleep. And for the scars on her face that look superficial but run far too deep. I slam. I slam for little hands in Africa who reach out for the faces of their dead mothers and have had their hearts turn cold as their blood turned thick as they turn on their own brothers. I slam. I slam for the little Hispanic boy that will never learn to read because immigration status says he doesn't deserve it. And the only way he'll be able to support his family is to kill more brown people and join the Army Reserves. I slam. I slam for foreheads that touch cold concrete, wet with the tears of men behind bars, and whispers of desperate prayers in the silence of nights without stars. I slam. I slam for the boy who thinks that when his daddy finally comes home, all his problems will be solved, and his mother, whose bruises dispute that claim and instead speak of one-sided brawls. I slam. I slam for the woman who covers her round belly, hoping bombs can be deflected by hands, and with the child in her womb that she hopes will survive her oppressors and be her last stand. I slam. I slam for gunshots that slice through flesh without prejudice or regard, never intended for its victim, and the blood that spreads across asphalt that could never speak of the cures, only the symptoms. I slam. I slam for every woman who wears nothing to feel something, hoping just to be wanted, for trophy wives who think they reach the greatest potential just to be flaunted. I slam. I slam for the child that has yet to taste any sweetness in this world, because the toll of freedom and liberty is too heavy for the arms of little girls. I slam. I slam for every girl who is expected to have an STD or a baby by age 14 and who are told and believe that they should give it up because it'll build their self-esteem. I slam. I slam for every shivering drug addict whose body craves for a hit, but whose heart just craves for a hug, for infected needles and dilated pupils and a glorified lifetime thug. I slam. I slam for the bodies of Gaza as we wrap them in white shrouds, and for the Palestinian souls that gather at the gates of Jannah in crowds. I slam. I slam for the boy who says to a tank, "Bring it on," not a moment scared, so the words "Free Palestine" haunt their dreams and justice becomes their nightmares. I slam. And I slam most of all for the prophet who showed us how to live and showed me how to be a man, and for my creator, my Lord, my master, Allah, who allows me to slam.